All right, welcome everybody. This session is titled IT Leadership in K12, the final chapter. I'm Bob Silva, Director of Technology and Information Services at ACPEnw. How many of you have been to my previous IT Leadership K12 series? Quite a few. So this is kind of, again, I titled it the final chapter. Because the content around the goals of what we were trying to achieve is we kind of met a lot of those goals this year, and I'm trying to kind of express content. But the majority of content that you'll see in here you've probably seen in previous years, because I reuse the slides because in leadership, it's not a big field, right? It's small concepts that you can apply, whether it's strategies, theories, or whatever. It looks different for every person. Every person's leadership style is different, but the concepts of what you're trying to achieve are the same with leadership. So, and this is my 4th year doing it, and I wasn't planning on doing it this year, but I put a second session on the topic, and somebody else had a duplicate talking about the same thing, and they could probably talk about it better than me. So, final chapter. So again, ACPEnw College Schools. I started there in 2015, January 2015. They've been looking for a director for about 8 or 9 months. Weren't finding one, and finally I was like, sure, I'll throw my name in the hat. Got the job. It was about a 2-week turnaround from submitting my resume to you're hired. So it was really fast, and they wanted me to start transitioning almost immediately. I still didn't know what I was getting myself into. Everybody that I talked to said, don't do it. Any place but sailing kiting. So I was out in Hermiston, Eastern Oregon at the time. I didn't know much about sailing kiting, but the people that were a little closer or worked at the state level a lot more often were warning me, including my current, at the time, assistant superintendent, my current superintendent, peers that work in other school districts. Wow, what are you doing? No, don't do that. It's impossible. It's just full of red tape. You can't get anything done. Which, by the time I got there, this is kind of, so again, just a recap of what I found coming into Salem Kaiser back in 2015. Everything was old. All technology. There literally was not any new technology in the schools. So we still had 100 meg switches throughout the whole district that were purchased in 2008 when gig was the norm, but we went with 100 meg instead. All of our internet connections, all of our WAN connections were 100 meg Comcast. Can any of your high schools run on 100 meg? We were. Our internet connection was 1 gig. I had a 1 gig internet connection in Hermiston. 5,000 students in Hermiston, 42,000 students in Salem Kaiser. Same internet connection. How's that? Inside, not only my department, but within the district itself, silos, politics, and turf orders. Great book by Patrick McKeon, you haven't read it. But we definitely, within my team, all the different teams were completely siloed from each other. They did not communicate or collaborate with each other, and they were fighting constantly. If somebody did something to make a change over here, there was all the accusations started flying from what was supposed to be their team. And that was the culture that existed. So it talks about toxic culture. So morale was really low, tons of red tape to do anything. Our project management department at the time, I gotta be careful because I have one of my project managers, but he doesn't work for me, so I guess I can contract him. No, the process that we had in place for project management wasn't in touch with reality. So just to get the project charter, on average, took 6 months. For something stupid simple sometimes. It would take 6 months just to get the charter out the door. Because when the teams, and multiple teams were involved in creating the charter, when they're fighting, they couldn't agree on what needed to be done. Very poor negative image in the district at the time, which we'll get into. We were ranked worst on the customer satisfaction survey, 2,500 tickets, no collaboration, skills gap because we never trained our employees internally. Poor customer service practices, very reactive, lack of professionalism, high turnover rate. So good staff would come in, good staff would go out. They didn't stick around very long because of all the crap that was going on at the time. That's kind of a picture of our ticket counts. So again, I came in, I was interviewing around the October time frame, nearly 2,500 tickets in the queue. Talk about overwhelming. So some things to note here to show how data can make a difference. I started transitioning in the November time frame, which I can see in the data. And what's this time period? Anybody take a guess? When you come into a new position, how many days do you take? The first 90 days, right? So first 90 days, my superintendent made it very clear to me that I'm doing nothing but listen. So I listened for 90 days. And then it's like, okay, get to work. And the team did a great job bringing our ticket count down. But like I said, it was a lot of work, not because it was hard, but just to have 70 people running, trying to figure out what to do with 2,500 tickets is nearly impossible. It's just too much data. Because it was, there was probably half of that were just duplicates or triplicates or whatever the next word was. Because they didn't get it done in the first month, so we put in a ticket. They didn't get it done in the second month, they put in another ticket. Our average response time was measured in months. So 3 months. So talk about the customer satisfaction survey. We have data going back to 2011. So it says 2012, but that means we took the survey in January of 2012, so it counted for the 2011. 2013, still at the bottom. Dark blue, excellent, and good average for as we work down. So this is what I term as a sentiment graph. So good sentiment, good and excellent on the right side. What I call negative sentiment or poor sentiment is average and poor. I don't ever want to be average. I don't ever want my team to be average, so that's why I have it on the left side. Because to me, that's not good. Good is the light. Right? So there's same data. This is 2015, or 2011 to 2015. You can see our poor results or responses from staff were higher than our excellent. So we had more people rating us poor than we did rating us excellent. Average and good stayed pretty solid through the years. Those are the people that are indignant or don't really care and they just check the boxes, right? Or to stay that way. Right. These are comments that we received on the survey. These are not my words. These are words that were put into the survey. That one doesn't understand our needs. I hate that one. I'm sure we all get it. Different directors, if you come through instruction, you may not get that. But I come through the technical side, so because I've never been a teacher, I don't understand it. Right? Anybody else get that? Or is it just me? I get it all the time. You see it in our reviews even this year. So, first 90 days, I'm like, holy crap, what did I get myself in? Now I know why everybody was telling me don't do it. It really was a mess. None of this is made up. None of it's exaggerated. It was a mess. And you have the data to prove it. So, what does that mean? In my career, I haven't taken a lot of time to reflect on leadership. I have a lot of natural attributes. I understand creating strategies. I understand building trust with people. So a lot of that is what leadership's about, just being who you are. And we're all going to be different. But there's a lot more strategy involved in This is not my work here. This is 6 E's of leadership: envision, enlist, embody, empower, evaluate, encourage. I should have noted the person's name that owns this. So if you contact them later, I'll apologize. Let's talk about envisioning. So, can't really use that very well. So, definition of envision is to imagine as a future possibility, to visualize. What I like about some of these is look at the synonyms. So, visualize, imagine, envision, picture, see in one's mind, eye, conjure up an image of. So a lot of us, when you come into a new position, you think about creating a vision. Creating a vision is different from envisioning. Creating a vision is something you do for others, for your staff, for for the school district. Envisioning is something you do for yourself. You have to be able to envision where you want to go, and that will guide your visioning. But you need to know where you want to go, what's possible, what are your dreams and desires for that particular role that you're in. It has nothing to do with being a CIO. You can do that working on a small project. When you get a new project, let's say migrate stuff to the cloud. Envision for yourself what you want that to look like, and then, then bring other people into it to go beside you. But you have to be able to envision for yourself. So in Salem Kaiser, I wanted to be the best. The best in the district, the best we could be. So that was my envisioning, and that means everything from staff to technology to integration to whatever it was. I wanted the best relationships, the best of everything. And that's what the superintendent told me that he wanted. He just wanted to be the best. I'm like, okay, we can do that. But you have to be able to envision what you believe you can do before you set a vision for your staff to follow you there. Does that make sense? Kind of a play on words, but so again, leadership capacity to translate vision into reality. When you're envisioning, think big. Don't limit yourself to that's not possible. One of the visions that I set in my first presentation to my staff was we would be Windows 10 by the next year. You know what we were at the time? We were still on XP. So my first 90 days staff meeting told them we'll be Windows 10 by next year. We were still migrating from XP to 7. And here I come along saying, no, we're going to be Windows 10 next year. And they spent a year and a half, I think, migrating us to Windows 7. So you got to be able to think big, don't limit yourself, because you just won't ever get to where you're going if you put your own roadblocks in front of you. And from a leadership perspective, one of your primary goals should be removing roadblocks from others. So don't put roadblocks in front of yourself just because you don't believe it's possible. Well, I don't have any funding. Bull crap. Make a luck case for it. We were on those Comcast connections, so 6 months in is when E-Rate announced that they were going to bring dark fiber back into it. So I figured it would cost us several $1 million. So 6 months in, I went and pitched, this is why we need to do this. I don't know how much it's going to cost yet, but I know it's going to be several $1 million. What do you think? You're like, okay, let's go down that route. Nobody, well, that's not the right word, but a lot of people, I was even talking to somebody, well, yeah, we couldn't do that. Like, well, I didn't think I could do it either, but you never know until you try it. You limit yourself thinking there's no money, I can't get the buy-in. Salem Kaiser now has 123 miles of dark fiber, and we don't use Comcast anymore. Because I believed it was possible. Again, this has to do with limiting yourself. Don't limit yourself. Even if it's a small project, or you're in charge of a department, or even a school district. Make it as big as you can make it. Again, this is for you, not for your staff. Your staff, you got to turn it back a little, because it might be too big for them. But for yourself, make it as big as you can make it, because it just ensures that you see opportunity that you may not have seen and put constraints or roadblocks in your path. All right, so once you have your envision, once you have in your mind's eye where you want to go, what you want to achieve, now you have to start enlisting people to join you. Who do you need to enlist? What type of people, what type of roles? If you're in the director position, your staff, right? What about your peers? What about going up the tree? Some districts, I get that can be difficult. I'm lucky in Salem Kaiser that I have a very supportive superintendent. I don't have to sell anything to my superintendent. And I had that in Hermiston too. I've been lucky, whereas I talk to other leaders and they have to sell changing a pastor. My superintendent tells me when we're going to change our pastor. So it's a different relationship, but it's built on trust, which is, again, a foundational skill within the leadership realm. So enlist, at the bottom here, to engage a person or their help or support. So obtain, engage, win, get, secure. We have to do that with our staff all the time, whether it's a project, running a department, any big initiative. We have to get our stakeholders to buy into it as well. Some of my biggest failures is when I failed to do that. When I failed to get their buy-in or explain the why behind the decision. It was the right decision, but I failed in getting their buy-in. I did not enlist them into my vision for where we were going. So you have to actively enlist others to join you by making a case. So if you've seen these slides before, they literally are slides from previous slide decks. Most important thing is to believe in yourself. How many of you have ever followed somebody you don't believe in by choice? Sometimes at work you don't have a choice, right? Sometimes we don't always have to believe it. You have to follow it, yes. But if you don't believe in it, how closely do you follow? When he says they need help, he or she says, I need your help. Are you the first to raise your hand or the last? So it's important that you believe in yourself, because if you believe in yourself, others will believe in you. For the stuff that we had to accomplish in Salem, it took a lot of, I'm a very confident person. Sometimes it may come across as arrogance. It really isn't. I'm just confident, and I put a lot of effort and training into my confidence. I'm just as much a technician as anybody else on my team. So sometimes they come to me, sometimes I go to them, but I continue, even to this day, increasing my technical skills, even though generally I don't need to use them anymore. But I do need to lead people with technical skills to the right destination. So believe in yourself, and what this has to do, others will follow. But it's not about creating followers. It's about creating people to come alongside you, because in my role and other people in your roles, if you're a director or something like that, CIO, you don't do the work. You may determine what work gets done, but generally you're not doing the work except for the smaller school district. Obviously you are the person that's doing a lot of work, but what I've learned in Salem Kaiser is believing in yourself. Others will also believe what you believe, and help you get to where you're going. And that's what, the whole reason I took Salem's job was because everybody told me not to. And that's my personality. It was a challenge. And it was a challenge I did not know if I would accomplish it. I came from managing 3 people in Hermiston School District, and that was my entry into leadership, to, at the time, 90 people in Salem Kaiser. In a district that everybody said, no, don't do it, because they cared about me. So my friends saying, don't do it, Bob. But that's exactly why I took the job, was one, to challenge myself, and 2, to see if I could do it. So another great book. This has to do with, you can't always be the nice guy, sometimes you got to be the tough guy. So if you're in a position of leadership, this is a great book that shows you how to walk both sides. Generally, you want to be in the middle, but it talks about the whole bunch of animals. It's a good book. If you want to listen to it sometimes, it's part of leadership. Leadership, sometimes you have to manipulate, sometimes you have to influence. It's the exact same thing. The difference is the intent. Right? Manipulation and influencing is the same thing, but it's the intent behind it. And sometimes, you have to manipulate. That's just part of life. Generally, you try to stay in the middle or on the right side, but sometimes, so this helps kind of walk you through how to do that appropriately. Because a lot of people do it inappropriately. All right, so for us, One Team, One Tiz kind of became a motto. It actually came out of an email I sent to the staff where I was just describing for a big ticket sweep that we were doing where we were all going to go out. So all of my staff, not just my help desk, but all of my staff, my programmers, my secretaries, my office assistants, we were all going to go out and close tickets. Because again, we had 2,500 of them. So it took all of us going out there just to create a public image. And we got us all shirts. Not everybody believed in us at that time as One Team, One Tiz. But again, I believed it, and eventually over time, I'm hoping, I don't think there is anybody that doesn't believe it now, because we've been living it for 4 years. So I don't have to promote One Team, One Tiz. They promote it. I hear it out of their mouths more than I hear it saying. Whereas initially it was just me constantly competing for One Team, One Tiz. And by doing that, we create an identity. We all have shirts. Every year I buy a new color shirt. And at the beginning of the school year, we go out all dressed in the same shirt colors. Yes, we color coordinate from time to time. But it creates an image, it creates an impact, and the staff know we're there. And again, we'll look at the results as we go. Next, you need to embody the change. Be an expression of or give a tangible or visible form to. Personify, incorporate, give human form or shape to, realize, manifest, express, I don't like that word, symbolize, represent, epitomize, stand for. How many of you have mentors or leaders for mentors? Why do you follow them? Why did you have them, or why did they select you? Because he embodied some character traits that clicked with you. Okay? I have many character traits that don't click with me. I don't mentor anybody. Not because I don't mentor anybody, because nobody's ever asked. So what that tells me is maybe I have some character traits that I need to continue improving. Or I'm very inaccessible. So part of being a leader is recognizing your strengths and your weaknesses. One of mine is I'm a terrible introvert, unless I'm doing my job. When I'm doing my job, I'm not introverted. I can get up here and stand in front of you guys with no problem and present. As soon as I walk out of this room, head down, not making eye contact with people. So for my staff, that translates into being inaccessible. So while I recognize my weaknesses, my staff can also recognize my strengths, and I embody them. So, everything I do is always about honesty and integrity. And I'll have those conversations with them. Yes, we could do this, but here's why we can't. Because I said I was going to do this, we're going to have to go this way. Results oriented. That plays a factor later on in the presentation. I was always about the results. That's my leadership style. Just get it done. Doesn't matter how we get there, but let's just get it done and move on to the next. It's good and it's bad. And then high expectations. Has anybody ever been accused of having high expectations? I have. times through my career, well, your expectations are really high. And, well, yeah, why would you want to set low expectations? That was one of the problems in Salem Kaiser's. There were no expectations at all. Staff were treating staff terribly. Terrible. Just nasty. No resources. Nobody did a thing. There literally were no expectations like that. They treat others as common human. So, those days would get past it. One of the most important things, especially when you're in leadership, but even as a team, how many of you trust your teammates that say they'll take care of that for you, and then you find out or you get in trouble because they didn't? I've had that happen several times. I've had that happen in this position, where one of my peers on cabinet, yeah, I'll do that. They didn't do it, and the superintendent thought, so initially they got me hot water. You don't give me hot water with my superintendent, because she's very pathetic and she was upset with me. I didn't do anything. Somebody else told me they would do something, and just, how much I trust that person now? I'll never trust them again to do something. So, this is critical. If you say you're going to do something, do it. Don't say something that you don't know is. So don't overcommit yourself. Be honest in what you can do. And sometimes I don't know or I can't do that is the right answer that you should do. And again, that's part of leadership. You're not trying to please people. You're trying to serve people. Don't give bad information if you can't deliver. One of the ways in my leadership style is, again, honesty and integrity is by building trust. So that's the strategy that I use to move things forward in a district that's full of red tape, full of politics and silos and everything else that built trust with those that I needed to achieve my objective, both in my department and for school. And it goes a long way. This is something that most leaders need to do a better thing of. It's certainly something I've learned to do much better over the last 4 years at Salem Kaiser, and that's to empower others. So give somebody the authority or power to do something. To authorize, license, title, permit, allow, sanction, warrant, commission, delegate, certify, credit, qualify, or the antonym, forbid. When I got into Salem, there was a lot of things that were forbidden. You couldn't work on a second ticket in a school if you weren't sent there to work on it. You couldn't be asked to help somebody if you were walking through the hallway. That's my thing. I'm not making it up. You were forbidden from helping a customer. We called it halljacking. I'm sure that's a term that's used in the school district. Not a term that's used in Salem. I call it customer service. It's not halljacking. We use the term internally. Yeah, I got halljacking, but I let you know I couldn't do it. This is why on the survey feedback we saw the department of no. Well, you got this another ticket. Can't you do that? No, I'm sorry. We forbid them from helping our customers. A lot of it was just protection measures. You've got 2,500 tickets. You're trying to work through it. Do the best you can. So no, don't get distracted. Work on those 2,500. So it wasn't malicious what we were doing, but it certainly came across like that to the customers. Why can't you work on my ticket? You're in the building. You came all the way out here. They didn't understand why we couldn't work on the ticket. Make someone stronger, more confident, especially in controlling their life or claiming their rights. So emancipate, unyoke, unfetter, unshackle, unchained. Those words mean a lot to me because one of the reasons I do these, there's two reasons I do it. One, Salem provided me a great opportunity for my own leadership. As part of the interviewing process, the superintendent at Salem called the superintendent Hermiston and said, Fred, I really need you to coach Bob on leadership. Okay. I've never taken the time to reflect. Leadership got me to the interview, but I've never taken the time to reflect on what about my leadership got me. So I couldn't speak. I couldn't speak to my leadership skills. They asked me, what type of leader are you? I mean, I didn't have words I couldn't express because it was just me doing my job. But it's more than that. You need to recognize that because in my case, I have 76 people that look to me to know what my leadership is. They're looking for me to empower them, to listen, to embody the things that I'm asking them to also embody. So it's important that they're looking at it. So, this is something that we preach, help each other, share your knowledge. The previous environment in Sam was nobody talked to each other. Even on the same team, they didn't talk to each other because the knowledge wasn't and was used as a weapon quite often. So at the time, we had many offices in our building space. We had 6-foot-high cubicle walls, and people created their own little forts. And literally, you walked in, and it was like a maze to try to get around and figure your way through. So how do you tackle that? Everybody now has 4-foot cubicle walls. They stare at each other over the cubicle walls. So I literally rebuilt the building, basically. I don't think there's any section that hasn't been rebuilt. There's hardly no offices. The managers have offices because they have to have private conversations. But everything else is open floor and 4-foot. So by doing that, sharing, helping, talking, collaborating, happened. I didn't have to make it happen. It just happened. I walked into a lot of ODE and they got this for Wall Street. How much collaboration do they have with the ODE before Washington State Party? I see districts out there still that everybody's got offices or they've got these high cubicle walls. You can't talk to each other if you can't see each other. So if you're having a problem with collaboration among the staff, figure out how to remove the physical barrier between James Rubin. If you're on the ACPEnw list, we put out the question, how do you train your staff on customer service skills? But you don't need to train your staff on customer service skills. They have the customer service skills. You need to figure out how to get them to apply them. Because customer service is just being a nice human being. How are you? But, it's recognizing Josh, the Josh. He's not a customer. He's not an employee. He's not a director. He's not a CS1. He's just a person. So by encouraging that in your environment, that stuff will happen after us. If we have the right physical environment. So again, we're on empowering. So one of the ways I empower my staff is because I have a lot of the power in the department. So a lot of times the leader is the only one that really sees opportunities and difficulties. Because a lot of staff don't necessarily have the power to buy that new server when it fails or buy the software solution. So one of our roles is to really empower our staff to go find those solutions, so you're empowering them to also see those opportunities. And initially, that was one of my biggest challenges because I control the whole budget, is getting them to feel comfortable with them. And it's still a learning process for us, but we're getting there. I'm going to save this one for later, but I've struggled with this, and maybe other leaders have too. You come into an environment and you get the staff that you get. And you can't get them to where you're going, you leave it to the staff. or if I just had a different staff member or had different staff who was able to do this. What I've learned over the last 4 years is it's not the staff that's the problem. It's me. I need to figure out how to speak their language and get them going. Everybody generally wants to work and do their job. If they're not doing it in the leadership role, you have to invest more time to get them to that place. And again, we'll see results that prove this out. I've had very little turnover in staff over the last 4 years. And again, we'll see as we go on. This is to the leaders out there. Invest in your people. Bring them to the community level. Before I got to Salem, only the managers went to this. The staff never went to this. They never went to anything. But this is a local one. It doesn't cost that much. I bring as many people as I can and still allow for other people to come. I bring 20 or 30 people if I could, but we have a lot of people that want to come, so I limit it down to 10. But every year I bring 10 people because this is a great opportunity, and they see that as a destiny. We have old tools, old workstations, so they all have any tool they need if they make the case of why they need the tool, except for tracking. Neil keeps on asking, he's a vacuum aficionado or something, so he always wants to buy vacuum. But, so I have the money to buy the tools because your staff are telling you that's what they need to do. So, again, it's just about empowering them to do more. All right, so here's the fun part for me. So this is not bragging. The point of this is to show that leadership can make a difference. We'll go through this. Right. So, 2015, 1 year on the job. Same survey, same questions, nothing changed whatsoever. So, in 1 year, by getting out there, being visible, wearing our shirts, writing expectations for what customer service looks like, taking away the no, removing roadblocks. And in 1 year, and again, remember, we have 5,000 staff members. Not easy to change bad customers, to change people's perception of who you are. Oops. So 2015, halfway up the chart. 2 years. Third point. Who do you think's above it? Yes. Huh? Payroll, and in that case, benefits. So, it's really hard to beat payroll when they're bribing people every month, right? It really is. 2017, 3 years on the job. And again, it's not me, it's me and my whole team, but it just goes through the point that even if you're starting at the bottom, with the right leadership, with the right strategies, with the right beliefs, you can move forward. This is all the same people. All the same people. I get rid of one person. That was the toxicity that ignited all of it. 2018. 4 years. From bottom to the top. And that doesn't tell the whole story. So we're on evaluate for the 5th E, I believe. Different data set. This is our help desk surveys. This is all 4 years that we've had this help desk system live. What's the most important question up here? As a leader, what's the most important question up here? Who said 4? For me, number 4, professional, courteous, and cared about the customer. That's why we made it from the bottom. You know how we accomplished that? I asked them. I removed the roadblocks that were forcing them to say, no, I can't do that. At no point did I provide any customer service training. At no point did I scold anybody for bad customer service. There was times where we all fail on our customer service skills, and I use that as a teaching moment. Here's what happened. Here's what you could have done differently. Okay, so generally pretty good results, but for me, I care about how they're treating the customer, because everything else will come out of that. Timely, beginning of school, you have no control over it. For us, we get 2,500 tickets in the first week. We can close about 300 a day, and for the first week, they're coming in about 500 a day. So you cannot provide timely service. Now, what used to be months is now days. I remember one of these that we got, I think it was last year, we took, but we had one that it took 4 days for us to close their ticket during the start of school, and they rated us a strong because it took 4 days. Remember, it used to take months, and so we've changed the expectations within the school district as well, and that's a downside for those of you that are more mature in your district. You know that's part of the problem. When you improve things, their expectations of your performance changes, and you have to figure out, okay, how do I go higher? Because what used to be, I don't care, is now a complaint. They didn't care when it took several months to get figured done because nothing I can do, it is what it is. But when you change their expectation, 4 days is now complaint worthy. They forgot about the months that internet connectivity online. That used to be a big one for us. A little less now, but whenever the T1 would go down, everybody would, because generally it was pretty stable, so that set the expectation. Then it would go offline, all hell breaks loose. All is breaking loose in my district right now, and probably some of yours, because Office 365 is struggling right now. Right? So if you didn't know that, you may want to check to see how you do. Or you use Google. All right. So these are our comments from 2018. I just want to read, well, I'm not reading that. So I'm not doing this exercise, but if you remember, one of the complaints or one of the feedback I heard in 2015 was we were understaffed. At the time I had 90. I currently have 74. But it was, as people, it's the good and averages. Well, they don't have enough funding or staffing to do their job. They were trying to come up with reasons why our service level is low. So that one is highlighted right there. Additionally, this department seems well-staffed, unlike other large districts in the area. I believe that staffing is a primary contributor to why the department is so effective. With 15 less staff than we had. So again, I'm just going to read some of these. You can't read it. I have never had anyone less than 100% confident helping. Remember in the initial comment, it said 50-50 chance of a technician being able to fix my problem. And they go on. Commitment to customer service that is second to none. The transformation of this department has been incredible. We now have the technology and service to do our job. I tried to highlight the ones that were kind of in contrast to some of the comments in 2015. Let me just read some. Tell me what words are remotely, questions answered, remotely signing in, helping with breaks faster, helpful and friendly. We were having school-wide issues, and we started testing multiple times, and not only promptly, took time to figure out the issue and solve it. We fixed every issue I've had in this conference. Responses to people are very fast. Had problems, no service ticket, they were prompt and effective. Ways to increase district safety, blah, blah. Prompt service for getting access. So that's 500 plus comments that are just like some of the ones that I just said. From the comments that you saw earlier to 500 people, we have 26 negative comments. Most of them had to do with the fact that I changed or moved their cheese, if you've ever read that book. We gave them all Surface Books and took away their computer that they had for the last 15 years. Literally the same computer for 15 years. So yeah, we moved their cheese and it didn't go perfect. But that's okay, not everything always does go perfect, but we provided the support to them when they asked them. So last thing, last E for here is encourage. Again, one of my weak points. I don't get out there with my cheerleader outfit on and saying, let's go and rally up the troops, but I do always thank them for what they do, and I'm sincere in that appreciation of it. So that's my way to encourage. Let me ask my staff, how do you feel I encourage you? Okay, so support. So see, I'm not a good encourager. But they feel supported, and they know if they come to me, I'll back them up. They know that they have room to fail. That's always important. That's a form of encouragement, because the opposite to hinder, dissuade, discourage, unsupported. So if you look at the antonyms of encourage, I make sure that I don't do those things. At the beginning, I was like, come on guys, let's go out there and get these tickets down. So, I'm an introvert, I just don't talk that much. Chris? The measure is to do what you can with what you have. So again, encouragement, to energize, allow for failure. Again, that's a mechanism of encouragement, is working them through the process. I know when I fail, I feel like crap. I beat up on myself with my failure. Maybe you have staff like that as well. So providing those encouraging words helps them through the process and makes them hopefully less fearful of failing in the future. Doesn't mean don't purposely screw up or do a lack of research or preparation or whatever, but it's okay if you're doing your job and you screw up. Okay, let somebody know. Start planning how to fix it. But it's important that the leaders support them in that. Certainly never publicly chewing out, but certainly for teaching moments. It's not something that I've always done. Having 3 employees is different from having 76. Right? One, you have different relationships with 3 than you do with 76. It's outside. 2, 76 employees can get me fired. So a bit different in terms than the 3. But instead of 76 employees are complaining about their supervisors, abusing them or mean. We saw it at ODU, the ridiculous accusations about cursing in a staff meeting. Come on. I don't know about you, but I've cursed in meeting staff. But if your staff trusts you, you'll never. Right. So again, encourage them, continue drawing out the best. If you see them going for good, work with them to go for the great. If they only got to the good, teach them what they could have done differently to get to the great. Blah, blah. Right. So, that was the 6 E's that was presented by somebody else. And again, part of this lesson is sharing what I've learned over the last 4 years. There's one more E that I think is probably the most important. That wasn't in this presentation. And that's empathy. Now guys, don't go running out of the room. It does say, the ability to understand and share the feelings of another. I'll speak for myself as a guy. It doesn't come naturally. It doesn't come easy. That's not how I was brought up. That's tough. It's been a crack. So it was hard, even though As we look at the synonyms, I can have affinity with people. I can have rapport, sympathy, understanding of, sensitivity toward. I'm excited watching the notebook. I'll be honest with you. But I always heard about this thing called empathy, and you have to show your feelings. And I always struggle with finding empathy, even though if you look at the synonyms, I was doing it. But being results-oriented sometimes conflicts with being empathetic. Because if you're looking at the results, what are you not looking at? Okay, so if you look at people, process, technology, if you're looking at results, how do you get who's getting it? People. So that's what I've learned over the last 4 years is I do need the people to get results. In Hermiston, small team of 3, obviously primary, senior, technician, I didn't necessarily need them. So, but anyway, empathy, if you're scared of feelings, use some of those other words. Awareness of, sympathy to, identification with. Use some of those other words. As soon as I saw those, I was like, oh, I can do that stuff. I don't know. It's not all about feelings. It's just being aware of. And with that, has anybody done outward mindset training? Besides my staff? Okay. Outward mindset is by the Arbiter Institute. They have a few books. They have Leadership and Self-Deception. They have the outward mindset and then a part of peace. Our superintendent brought this in. I'm a certified trainer now. The slides I'm about to show you, I'm not allowed to show you, so you never saw these. But I'm going to go through why I made the investment out of my dollars, my general fund dollars in my department, after going through the training myself. And again, we'll see why. So, the biggest factor in changing behavior at work is changing how we think about and execute our jobs. So our current results are based upon our behaviors, which are based upon a much more foundational thing, which is our mindset. Depending on the number of staff you have, it's the collective mindset across the whole team. One person can change the result from being at the top to being at the bottom. I would argue that in Salem Kaiser it was one person that caused us to be at the bottom. So with 90 people, one person had us at the bottom. I'm not going to say who it was. So, a couple ways to approach the work. You have an inward mindset or an outward mindset. So an inward mindset, also known as being in the box, means you're focused on your results. Others don't matter like you matter. They're objects. They're vehicles that you use, obstacles that you blame, or irrelevancies that you result. You're focused on your own results. So you look at the triangle, I only see my objectives, behaviors, because I'm in my body. When you have an outward mindset, others matter like I matter. I have my objectives and behaviors, but they take into account others. And by doing that, I see their needs, their challenges, their objectives. Right? So they're people, and I focus on our results. This is especially true for IT leadership, because a lot of times we make decisions that impact teachers or other staff in the work that they do. A lot of times. I don't always gather feedback before I make a decision. I try to, but I don't always do it. So in that moment, I'm focused on my results, not our results. If I truly care about our results, I would have asked, pause the process to gather that. Then there's a third which is what I would say I spent most of my time, outwardly nice, inward mindset. I can provide great customer service to you, but if my only purpose is to get my ticket closed, I'm not really concerned with your needs. I'm concerned with closing my ticket. And that can hinder the perception of customer service that's provided. People can see that. People can see if you're interested in their needs or if you're just doing your job. And again, I have evidence that proves this out. Collusion. All of you have collusion. Collusion is simply two people that are in the box, and when one person does something that may be innocent in nature, because they're in collusion, the other person sees something different. I'll give you a recent example. So we use a help desk system like many of you guys, right? Some person went in, took the ticket out of somebody else's group, and did the job for them. Because they were in collusion with each other, what do you think? So this person took a ticket and closed it, did the work. His intent was, hey, I have time available, I'm going to close this ticket. Because they're in collusion and they're both in their box only thinking about themselves and their results, what do you think this person saw the other person do? They stole my ticket. They don't believe that I can do it. They think they're better than me. This happens. This is just human interaction, right? It happens. The biggest benefit of this training is to give vocabulary to the behavior. My staff have discussions about collusion. They recognize when they're in collusion with somebody else. They recognize when they're in their box. I get in my box all the time. No, you can't have that MacBook. We're a PC district, dang it. Stop asking for the MacBook. And then I wait for a little bit, make sure I refocus on their needs. What are they trying to accomplish? I'll call them up. What are you trying to do? Oh, okay. Yeah, how's that? But it doesn't mean that I don't get in my box and just think about myself for a moment. But by having a vocabulary, I can express that I'm in my box, and then the purpose behind that is to have others hold me accountable. Again, embodying the behavior that I want out of my staff. I let them know when I'm in my box about the decision. And if they see me make the decision while I'm still in my box, I expect them to hold me accountable. Because otherwise, I can never hold them accountable for the box if I don't get out of the box myself. It's a process. So again, this is stuff that if you go through the training, this stuff will be familiar. How many of you, well, that's not a good question. As a parent, I started at the top of the training. That's how I was raised. So when I'm trying to influence others, you can start, that's correct. You can teach, communicate, listen, learn, build a relationship, or build a relationship with others who have influence over them. But it's all based on the mindset. So the key here is when something's not working, work your way down. So if you're trying to correct and it's not working with your kids, try to teach and communicate. Or your staff. Not saying your staff your kids, but the same concept applies. It's human interaction. If you're teaching and communicating and it's nothing, and you're still in collusion, it's not working, stop and listen. Learn what the problem is. Learn why they don't want to do it that way. Just because you're the boss and you're telling them to do it that way, it usually doesn't feel good to have to rely on your power to get somebody to do something. Or at least it doesn't feel good for me to have to use my power and authority to get a staff member to do something. So work your way down, and at the bottom, build a relationship. So then when you say no, okay. Or, Bob, that's wrong. I mean, that makes them more comfortable talking to you so they don't have to get too close. So you're building that relationship. All right. So again, SAM, another tool that they use, see others, adjust your efforts, measure your impact. So when I'm working with two staff members that are in collusion with each other. I try to train them to look at your impact on the other person. When you say something, look at how they respond to you. Learn how they respond when you say something that you didn't like. And then adjust your efforts, and then ask. If you say something and they respond in the bad way that you've learned how to recognize, ask them, how could I have done that differently? It makes a difference. Don't forget, you have a manager, you have customers, you have peers, and you have everybody else. So, seeing others' needs is all around you. It's your kids, it's your spouse, it's your mother, your father. It doesn't matter. It's just other people. Make sure you see their needs. And of course, the most important move is to become outward yourself, because you have no control over anybody else. So if somebody's in their box towards you, all you can do is make sure that you're not in your box. You have no control over anybody else and how they behave or respond to you. But you are responsible for being aware of how people respond. I've been told, well, I didn't mean for them to take it that way. It doesn't matter if you meant for it. If the person did take it that way, I believe you have the responsibility to try to fix it. Because if they don't have the words to say, hey, were you trying to be a jerk when you said that, or did I just mean to misread it? If you know that somebody thought you were a jerk, go fix it. Don't let it fester. Because it's not going to go away. They're still going to think you're a jerk tomorrow and the next day. And then that's how the strife and stuff invade companies. That's how you think you need customer service training for your staff or other types of training. People want to be people. Get stuff out of the way so they can do so. Alright, so last thing, I don't know what I'm talking about, but so again, back to the 2018 customer satisfaction results. What this doesn't show is what I believe to be the results of the outward mindset. So again, outward mindset is seeing others as people, not as customers, not as co-workers, not as anything else, but just people, and falling back on this people relations. Line graph, same one that we started with in 2015. Same one up to 2017. Well, it says 2018, but so you can see here, so last year, 81% positive sentiment, or excellence, are still